let's go to Scotland, where yesterday we all rejoiced in the streets. Well, I know I did, to see the back of Humza Yousaf, which was the First Minister in Scotland for a very short period of time. He's probably best known in all your minds for his white speech, in which he got up in the chamber and basically berated everyone for the fact that they were white. The majority of those in power in Scotland were white. But we've all got to stop rejoicing in the streets, because it turns out that the leader of the Labour Party in Scotland, his name is Anas Sarwar, if a snap election were to be called tomorrow, actually stands a pretty good chance of winning. And spot the problem here, because I had a look into him today, and I don't know. I'm just wondering if you can see the difference between him and the last guy.
Every chief executive of every council and every government department, white. Every director of a department in Scotland, white. Every principal of a college or university in Scotland, white. Every head teacher in Scotland, white. Every chair of a public sector body in Scotland, white. Every High Court judge in Scotland, white. Every present governor in Scotland, white.
That incredible Scottish accent, white.
It's not the same guy, just so you know. That is now Anas Sarwar. So copy-paste, basically. Scotland, why do you keep voting for these people? He went on in that speech to say, why is this? Is it because we do not have the talent? It is because we do not have the ability. It is because the opportunity does not exist, or worse yet, is it because people do not think that they are wanted or welcome? These are the fundamental issues we should be addressing. No, mate, it's because Scotland is a 96% white country, and there's this little thing called the law of averages. I don't know if you've heard of it. So here he is basically insinuating that this is such a racist country, people who aren't white aren't being given the same opportunities, and yet there he is in a position of power as the leader of the Labour Party in Scotland, defying every single accusation that he's levelling at everybody else.
Isn't the Indigenous population of Scotland the Celts? And aren't the Celts white?
White.
Like, I mean, you know, quite frankly, I don't really care what colour people are, because I don't think it's important. I think it's superficial, and I think it's a really stupid way. I think it's a really stupid way to judge people. But if you're going to get down to brass tacks, aren't they the equivalent of the First Nations people here, the ones who were there all along? What do you? Is there too much Indigenous representation in Scotland? Is that what? I don't know.
Yes, that is
I'm a columnist.
The irony of the First Minister's resignation, Yousaf, who's just resigned yesterday after only 13 months in the top job. I mean, 55% of Scots said he should go. 40% of people who voted for his party said he should go, and now he's gone, and thank God, because of course he was responsible for those horrendous hate speech laws. But the reason he's gone is not because of any of that, it's because of climate change.
That's right, it's because of the Greens.
The government was failing on climate change, the Greens withdrew their support.
That's right.
And now he's gone. So for the first time we're all saying, well, thank God for the Greens. They've done us all a big favour in effectively withdrawing their support and getting rid of this guy.
But this Anas Sarwar guy has also said he will not repeal the hate speech laws. In fact, he's going to add misogyny to them. So he's actually going to widen the scope of these ridiculous laws. He's sticking with them. And yet, in a poll conducted in March, 32% of Scots, well, 32% of the respondents said that this guy would make a better First Minister than Humza Yousaf. And you're like, it's basically the same guy. Back out now. What are you doing?